Welcome back again, Wednesday, October 19th, for another episode of Crypto Before Dark this time. It's good to see you all. I'm Keith, Carolina Keith, regular Keith, that stupid idiot Keith, God, we can't stand Keith, whatever. Just Keith. It's a little chilly today, colder than normal. I think it was like 33 or 32 degrees last night. Nice and cold. Either way, I refuse to turn the heat on because I'm a cheapo. So, just bundled up today. Why don't we get on into it? Let's get to the charts. So, as I said, not quite crypto after dark, but crypto before dark. We do this once a week for our European folks who don't have the chance to come hang out with us on live streams, or anyone else who doesn't have a chance to come see us on Crypto After Dark, which is our normal show, which we do 11 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. However, we try to do one a week for everyone else as well. Not to mention, after this, we have a 30-minute question and answer session over in our Discord for everyone there. Anyone who's a subscriber can come hang out in there and ask questions to me directly. There's your chance, right? You got questions you want answered, got things you're seeing that you don't understand. Hey, man, hop in there and ask questions. That's what we do this for. So, I've obviously got Bitcoin on the thumbnail. You saw the thumbnail. What did it say? It said under pressure. Queen, right? Queen, under pressure. It's actually Freddie Mercury, but that's all right. It wasn't just Queen. It was Freddie Mercury and Billy Idol, right? Is what it is. One of the greatest songs ever. I listen to it all the time. But that song's important. It exactly talks about what we see here with Bitcoin. Bollinger Bands pinching extremely tight. But before we talk about all that, why don't you go hit like and subscribe? The little notification bell right there gets you lined up for everything we do here. Not only that, but if you subscribe, you're not going to miss stuff anymore, right? We talk about this stuff all the time. We talk about what charts may or may not be doing in the short term and in the long term all the time. You ever wondered why you keep missing things, or things don't work out the way you think they're going to? Were you using the chart? Were you? Or were you guessing and going on a feeling? We don't do feelings here, folks. We just do charts. We just do investments. We like to consider what we do the no bullshit zone. We don't have time for it here over at the grown-up section, all right? We don't fill our heads up with wonderful news. We don't fill our hopes and dreams up with wonderful thoughts of grandeur. We just stick to the charts here. That's the reality of the situation. That's what everyone should be doing, especially those of more mature mindset, like everyone who comes in here and prepares to listen and learn. Tell your friends. Go click the share button and share this thing all around social media. Let's get some more people in here, right? Let's go say hey to everyone. What's up, Ron Poteet, Ray TA? What's up, my guy? He's the one that shares the Python screener that kind of shows you all the longs and shorts over in the leverage trade section of Discord. Thank you, Ray. Silent Sandal, good to see you. Jeremy Monroe, we stayed up late last night on Zoom. Good to see you, brother. Daniel Ferre, Gabriel Musat, what's up, brother? Rope-a-dope, Tokozone. I think Tokozone, one way or another. Those are the weirdest pics of Vanilla Ice. Not Vanilla Ice, bro. You should be ashamed of yourself, sir. He says, Architecture says, hey, Keith is here for bedtime story. Ha! That's pretty good. Thor's Hammer, what's up? Good to see you, brother. Gabriel Musat. Manolo, not 3D yet. I can't really, don't know if that's actually the word or not. But either way, he says, happy hump day. Happy hump day to you, brother. A and J, what's up? Good to see you. Jasmine going to 0. How long can this go up? We'll see. Dave Shunigans. I can't really say that right. What's up? Good to see you. Red Rum, Nate S, Rikus Brewer. Good to see you guys. What's up, Nick? Look at him showing up at 2 o'clock. Someone couldn't bother to come last night because they were on some game show or something. But hey, I would have probably done the same thing. Eve Phillips, what's up? Good to see you. So let's move on into it, right? We talked about Bitcoin yesterday for a good segment of the live stream. I didn't put the Bollinger Bands up on the screen. I don't remember if I did or not, but I shared this same screenshot to Twitter for everyone to see. This Bollinger Bands are stupid tight here, but I didn't have the Bollinger Bands in the picture. What does this tell us? Well, Bollinger Bands are a very, very simple indicator. And the indicator, what I like to use it for, aside from trading, is strictly seeing the volatility that comes when you use an indicator like this. When the Bollinger Bands are very, very tight or narrow and they pinch together like you see here, you see the upper band right here and the lower band right here, very tight together. And what do I mean by tight together? If you zoom out, you can kind of see here. But at times, these Bollinger Bands are very wide apart. Sometimes they're extremely wide apart. As you can see here, from this point to this point, very, very wide apart. What does that tell us? Well, when you see things like wide bands, what you see is a trend happening. Either that be a downtrend or an uptrend, and you'll see that the price moves along with the top of the bands or with the bottom of the bands. And this is the typical setup. As you see here, this one rode along the bottom of the bands, trickled down, trickled across, and kind of bounced around a little bit before it shot up to the other side of the bands and stopped. And then it kind of bounced sideways and started to idle. Interestingly enough, China Matt put me on this the other day, but, didn't mean to draw that. Bitcoin has been inside this same weekly candle ever since June. Ever since June. That's a really long time to be inside of one candle. Just bouncing back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 weeks. 19 weeks of consolidation. That sucks, doesn't it? Now, it felt good when it was going up, right? Yeah, it felt good. We thought we were going to buy here and long and we were going to make a lot of money. And then, yeet, that got pulled away from me, and we've done nothing but erase those gains and sit sideways since. What does this tell us? Well, if this was an uptrend, if this was an uptrend, we would look for more up. We have what would be a rising wedge, price tapping on the line but not breaking it yet, but all the momentum pointing in that direction. However, we do not have that this time. We have a downward wedge facing down with all the momentum pointing down. If we see a bunch of momentum like this pointing down, are we to assume that price is magically going to fly up? No, we cannot do that. That's not how this works. I got asked multiple times today, do I not see a pump? What about a pump? Where's the pump? Don't we get a pump? Isn't a pump coming? Pumps are used to fill bicycle tires. Pumps are not investment terms. Please stop with the rhetoric of a 12-year-old. We don't need that language in our investment sector. It's bad enough as it is without everyone saying the most immature words possible about their investments. You sound like an elementary school kid when you talk like that. So, how about let's not talk like that anymore? Let's talk like we know what we're talking about at least. You ever have someone tell you when you go to a job interview, make sure you talk like you know what you're talking about? That way you seem more inclined for the job, even if you're not. If you go in the job interview and say, oh yeah, man, what's up? I'm Keith. Is what it is. I get down. I know what's up. I know what I'm doing. That guy's going to look at you like, oh, this fucking idiot. You can't put a sentence together. But if I go in there and say, hey, how are you? My name's Keith. Glad to be here. I think I bring a lot to the opportunity table for you. It'd make a good pairing if we were to work together. I think there's a lot that could be brought to the table for both sides, and I think be some good progress. Everything would change if you did that. Suddenly that person looks at you in a professional light. Please do so for yourself. Please stop saying the word pump and dump to me. Come on, guys. We can do better. Now, let's look at total market cap here for a moment because it's even tighter than Bitcoin. You just saw Bitcoin there for a second, right? There you go. Tight bands on the weekly, right? Okay, cool. Look at total. Even tighter. Even screaming tighter. Pretty wild to watch. Worrisome because it's under the midline of the Bollinger Bands, which points down. Clinging to the 382 fib, which is 845 billion. Right now it's at 880 billion. Clinging to that level and holding on for dear life at the moment. Again, all pointing down. Every time these bands get narrow, we're going to see volatility come in. And as you see, volatility is coming in. I got it marked right here, 850 days or so. That's about how long these trends last each time, about 850 to 900 days. Just depends. And this would be the halfway point where things usually turn around. We're not there yet, as you see. We're anywhere between 2 weeks and a month and a half. We're 2 weeks to a month and a half away from some event, either up or down. This points to down to me. I'm still waiting to see what happens. If I take the Bollinger Bands away for a moment and I put the EMAs up and the moving averages up, you see that the 200 moving average on the weekly has broken and fallen. 828 EMA has pushed through the 200 moving average. Not great. 21 EMA is pushing down toward the same level. Do I think we break this level anytime soon? No, I do not. No, I do not. In fact, it looks like it's only going to fail more. What happens to every asset if the total market cap goes down? All assets lose money. Why in the world would you want to buy if that's going to happen? And I know the argument. Keith, don't you understand? Some of these assets have gone down 70, 80, even 90% already. They can't go down farther. You sure about that? Shall I show you one that continues to go down all the time? Oh, it's going to hurt people's feelings. It can't keep going down anymore. It's impossible. It's already down so far. And what does it keep doing, everybody? It's down to $1.82. Yeah, it can keep going down as long as it wants. Until something stops it from going down, it's not going to stop, everybody. This is a downtrend. In a downtrend, everything goes down. So don't buy anything until they become uptrends. Okay? Uptrends are what we want to see. Are there anything that's starting an uptrend? Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. How about we pull up the Matic chart? Look at this. Amongst all this bad stuff happening, look at Matic breaking the 200 moving average and moving up. Not only did it break the 200 moving average, it as well broke that red trend line right there. Look at that. Anyone in the Discord will tell you I closed my short on Matic. I'm not going to sit and lose money on this because this looks like it's going to keep going up, doesn't it? Even if it doesn't, it's not worth the risk for me to continue to short it. It's broken trend. All indicators are pointing up on it. It's not worth it at this point for me to stay in this short and lose money. How far is Matic going to go? Great question. Wish I had the crystal ball answer for you, but I can look at the chart and give you a certain kind of whereabout. If I look at this little short fib right here, so anywhere between here and $1 flat is a good zone of entry. I'm not good at zone entry, a good zone of target. That's weekly. Let's go to daily. I wanted to zoom out a bit to see it a bit better. The next stopping point is R1 because we bounced clean off the pivot. R1 is all the way up at 90 cents flat. Right now we're at 87 cents flat. Now it's only 3 cents, but it's a good percentage. From there, we have a choice. This thing can either break R1 and continue going all the way to Sniper's Alley, which is an open possibility, which is right near 96 cents or roughly $1. Or we can cut our head here at 618, fall and roll back. One of these two levels will be the level of stopping. Where did Quant go? Because, Quant continues to go up and up and up. And hey, Keith, you didn't pay attention to Quant. And Quant's an ISO coin. That's why all this is happening. And shut up. Wrong. I told you I missed this one. Once this train left the station, I was not going to jump on this train. It was too late for me at that point. I'm going to let it run. So it blew through the 50 fib all the way up to 618 to 68. Golden pocket. Seems to be reversing now, though, doesn't it? This is the farthest it's pulled back in quite a while. All the indicators ran hot on this one. It ran as far as it could, and it appears to be slowing down now. We'll see when it gets to this trend line over here. If it wants to give this trend line a bump and keep going up more, it could. Not gonna deny that. We'll see when it happens. All right. This is very similar to me to 2018 XRP. What XRP did in 2018, it made a run up and made it feel like it was going to keep going up, which is what suckered me in. That's what got me into crypto. That's why I did what I did with crypto right there. It ended up failing for another 2 years after that, didn't it? Yeah, it didn't do anything while everything else ran up. XRP just sat there like a knot on a log and didn't move. Right. I remember that. Most of you guys may remember that. Now, it did go to $2, but it failed from there and went all the way back to a quarter. And honestly now, floundering around again. Shall we pull that chart up and look? And we shall. All right. XRP slapped the trend line again. Seems to be failing it. Building pressure over top of the pivot, which just so happens to be where the 200 moving average is, that it broke. Okay. Can it maintain this level? I honestly expect it to, maintain for a bit. I think it'll hold up here, and it may actually drive sideways before it rolls over the rest of the way, because I don't think any assets can make it through the inevitability that these charts are all going to roll over and fail. This is not the end of the bear market. This bear market has still got a heavy grip for at least the next few months here. Now, once we do clear this year, we're going to see a move up until next summer. We're going to see that happen. We will see a recovery of some sort through till next summer. How long will that last? Usually 6 months or so into the year. Then we start that gradual pullback till the end of the year. All right. And it might be all the way to the next year, 2024, when halvening happens, that you get that last hard capitulation, one more capitulatory event. From there, your halvening happens on Bitcoin. The market cap starts really flowing in. There's an interesting chart that talks about the amount of money it takes to mine Bitcoin versus what you get as a reward. There's an interesting ratio that happens every halvening as well. This ratio is essentially, it's not worth it to mine anymore once it hits a certain level, because mining costs more than the rewards. That only happens to people whom don't have enough equipment to mine it as efficiently as those with the most money have. Those with the most money can continue to mine it efficiently and pay a little bit less than other people. But the little guys all get pushed out. This has happened over and over again. This happened last halvening. I remember people talking about it, right? Oh, don't you understand, Keith? The halvening is going to come, and then the Bitcoin won't be worth what it costs to mine, so people won't do it. Incorrect. Some people won't do it. Those with the means will continue to, because they understand the supply and demand event that comes along with a Bitcoin halvening. When we drastically reduce supply like that with Bitcoin, you drastically increase demand at the same time, which creates a higher price. While it's harder to get the Bitcoin, it's now worth more per mined piece than it was before. So those with the means can continue to mine and make money efficiently. Now, that won't be the case for you or I. We don't have the money to do that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. We would be there making the money instead of talking about the people who make the money. I don't have any Bitcoin mining rigs. I don't have that kind of money. I don't have that kind of energy to spend on it either, right? Maybe if I had that kind, I would do it. You could use hindsight analysis and say, man, if I was 2018, I'd go back and I'd mine Bitcoin. Oh, shut the hell up. No, you wouldn't. You'd blow that money on women and drugs like you did in 2018 anyway. Be realistic. Anyway, I expect XRP to settle out here for a bit. I still like a gradual fall back toward the 34 and the 35 cent area. And I expect it to continue to fail and stay under that trend line for quite a while. That doesn't mean it can't go up over it. I mean, it possibly could, but that's just kind of how I see it for the time being. You see those moving averages converging together right here. This is forming a soft cross, if you ask me. And this thing's slowly going to chop its way out. It's slowly going to chop its way out. It's going to hurt a lot of XRP people's feelings. We've seen this same price action play out for this particular asset over and over and over again. You don't have anything special. I'm sorry. You just don't. This lawsuit is not going to come to an end anytime soon. You're not going to get what you think you're going to get. You're being fed a bag of goods that isn't real. I told a guy yesterday on Twitter. He said, "This is me waiting for the switch to flip." I was like, bro, they lied to you. There is no switch, and they aren't going to flip it. You've been lied to. So don't believe that shit. What does the chart say? The chart says we're in a downtrend. Well, if that's the case, why are you talking about flipping switches? What the hell? Open your eyes and see what you have. All right. Let's go through some others real quick here. Let's answer some questions. By the way, if you haven't done so, come check out our Discord. It's in the link just down below right here. Click continue to Discord here, and bam, you're in our Discord just like this. Kicks you right off to the start here section. You can jump into the general chat and come chop it up with us. We talk about charts, talk about a little bit of everything over in our general chat. It's all free. Now, if you'd like to be a subscriber, a paid subscriber, and get full access to our Discord, here's our Launchpass link. Any card will do. You can pay with any debit card you like. You can pay for a year up front, and you save an entire month by paying for a year up front. Or you can pay $4 a week in monthly payments with any debit card or credit card or crypto card that you would like. There's even a little video for you to learn how to set it up. You just click on the little play button right here, and off she goes. It's not obligated for you to do that, but you will see everything that we talk about all the time. What if we say dump and pump instead of pump and dump? Same difference, still amateur talk, and those other means will see you for a lesser investor as such. Let's look at the dollar index. My goodness. Just when you think the dollar is going to take a break, she rebounds right back. Just pops right back up. Looked like this was going to fail all the way to this trend line. It didn't make it. Immediately reversed, cut right back to the moving averages, and has stopped inside this range that I've drawn out right here. Inside these two white lines here, inside this larger triangle right here, still ranging back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Fighting through the 50 moving average. Now you have 34 more minutes in this candle. It may or may not make it. I doubt it does. It's already 2:30. I doubt it actually makes it through that. We'll see. Does it push through? If it does push through, I expect it to kind of choke its way out up here at 113.30 something. But 113.11 is also a barrier of importance. We'll see if it can push through that. Because if it can push through that, I still like 120 to 122 up here somewhere. Seems nuts, but yeah, this yellow line I expect to happen eventually. That's right. 122 for the US dollar. I don't think they're done pulling money off the market. They've already said they're not done raising interest rates. It's going to go up another 0.75% or 75 basis points. They're not done fucking around with the dollar. It's very simple. And if that's the case, you're going to see the dollar continue to exponentially grow in value against all other assets in the world. You can look at Forex pairs and see that as well. Now, the Great British Pound has bounced back a little bit. The Euro has bounced back a little bit, but not enough to make a significant dent in this yet. We also noticed the correlation from dollar increase to Bitcoin decrease, or Bitcoin increase to dollar decrease. It's not a perfect correlation, but there is some correlation there. It doesn't work always, but it does work sometimes. And when you'll see volatility kind of income, I think the incoming volatility, I think is a better way to look at it. You can see that volatility forming by looking at the dollar index, kind of bouncing it back and forth with what you see in crypto. Sometimes they move together. Just a sometimes kind of thing. Don't fight the Fed. Gabriel Misat just said. Don't fight the Fed. It's pointless. I was born in consolidation, molded by it. I did not see an uptrend until I was already a man. That's from Batman, The Rise of the Dark Knight, right? The Dark Knight Rises. That's it. From when he was fighting Bane. Oh, you think the darkness is your ally. I remember that shit, dude. It's a great movie. Not as good as The Dark Knight, but still way up there. Ethereum, because someone asked me about it. Similar situation, only a little uglier. It's actually fallen under trend, consolidated so far to the right that it's fallen down below what I thought it should have. It tagged this lower fib, not great. It's bouncing back and forth in this lower zone between 0 and 236. That level is 1340 and about 1175. Bouncing back and forth, back and forth. If it does not break 1340 and hold, which is actually more along the lines of 1375, this level up here, if it doesn't break and hold this, we are destined to go down more. What levels do I like for Ethereum? Yeah. Does that hurt your feelings? Somewhere down here from $1,000 to $800 Ethereum, maybe even lower than that. How does that shit feel? Does it burn? Kind of feels like when you got a urinary tract infection and you pee and it burns. That's the same feeling right there. Watching Ethereum that you're holding. Excuse me. Watching Ethereum that you're holding plummet in price by half. It's our belief that there's another 40 to 50% capitulation still left in these charts. If that's the case, and that's the real pain, that's going to really, really burn, isn't it? I mean, that's 1300 by half, that's 750. That puts us around $800, doesn't it? Ouch. Don't tell me what can't happen. I love it when people tell me what I can't say, what can't happen, or what I can't do. That brings me to an interesting point before we're off of here. You're gonna have people come along and tell you, you can't do that. That's not how this works. Charts don't do that. Charts are a waste of time. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm right. You're wrong. You don't understand, Keith. You don't understand the tokenomics. You don't understand the team behind what's going on. You don't understand how much they're doing. You don't get it. Every single time someone tells me that, it just motivates me a little bit more to prove them wrong. Every single time someone tells me that I don't know what I'm doing or I don't know what I'm talking about, like I literally don't live what I'm talking about every single day, it gives me a little bit more motivation to prove everybody wrong over and over and over again. If you go back and look at the live streams from now all the way back to 2019, you're not going to find one single live stream that was deleted, because almost every single time we go on a live stream, we deliver accurate information. And I don't say me, I say we deliver accurate information, because it's not just me, it's a whole group of guys and women just like me, whom all have the same goal: to get smarter, make more money, and grow this community the right way. I'm sick and tired of people telling me that some special coin is going to go way up in price. Not only do you not know what you're talking about, you're spreading something called hopium that only makes it worse for everybody else who doesn't get what they need, which is that extra little bit of money that they could get if they just use the chart. Please, please use the hate that you get as motivation. The hatred these last 2 weeks has been on hyper. People talking shit, people running their mouths, people telling me that I'm wrong, people telling me that I don't know what I'm doing. Cool. Now, when I prove you wrong, do I need to say, I told you so? Or do you just going to be quiet and watch it happen? Because I've already said I told you so a couple times. I like to share funny gifts every once in a while. I say, told you, right? But I don't like to rub it in your face. I don't like to put salt in the wounds. And people have been whining lately about yield nodes. Bro, I took my money out. I told you I was going to do that. I took my money out all along the way, the entire time. Every single month, I took money out. I didn't compound shit. What do you mean I got lucky? I got an awful lot of luck, isn't it? It's an awful lot of luck. Think about that. Think about it. Are you an immature investor who blames everything on everyone else and blames what's happening on the news and blames why they keep losing on other people's problems? Or are you the mature person who owns their mistakes and fixes it and does better than the day before? I'll let you decide which one you are. Thank you for coming. We will be back tomorrow, 11 p.m. Crypto After Dark, 1 full hour going over every single chart we can. I'll see you then. Up next, for the next 30 minutes over in the Discord, is our Q&A. We'll see you guys there. In the words of the late, great, notorious B.I.G., you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. Appreciate that shit. You wouldn't understand how much. Thank you. See y'all then. Peace.